here. I hope you're all staying safe and well, and welcome to my film and TV channel. We have a film review today. It's a class as a neo-western drama. There you go, nothing to do with the Wild West. It's a fairly modern film. Directed and edited and written, and I think she did the coffee as well, by Chloe Zhao, is it? Zhao, Z-H-A-O. I'm not too sure how you pronounce that. My apologies, but I'm going to look at one of her films today, and it's called Nomadland. Please, if you're new to this channel, push that subscribe button, push the bell notifications if you enjoy what you see. I try and give some information on these films, some other critics' reviews, and my own personal views as well on this. So I do little film reviews and drama reviews and information vlogs and lots of different things as well. So please check out my playlist, and you will see some stuff on my football team as well, Manchester City. I have a Citizen channel, so if that's of any interest, have a peep over there. If not, don't worry about it, or perhaps you'll know someone who might be interested in it. There's lots of stuff on Manchester City, my team, City history, City present, City quizzes, lots of different things. So please have a look at that if it's of interest to you. But if not, here we go on the film and TV channel. If you want any followers or friends on Facebook and Twitter, there's some links on screen there, and I do check every 3 or 4 days. I put loads of stuff on there to do with film and TV, and obviously football as well, but loads of stuff on there. So if you need a friend or follower, just stick that on and I'll seek you out and reciprocate. And of course, any comments on Nomadland, yeah, interesting film. Mind let me know what you think anyway of this one if you get a chance to see it. Or anything to do with film or TV, doesn't matter, doesn't have to be this film. Let us know in the comments. If you haven't got time for a comment, you can give us a little thumbs up, that's fantastic, please. I'm trying to get about 10 for these. It's not a high figure, is it? I'm after, but if you can just give us a thumbs up, that would be fantastic. It's nice to get views, but it's nice to get thumbs ups as well. Right, Nomadland, yeah, a 12A certificate. Hour and 47. Of course, as I said, written, edited, directed by Chloe Zhao, or however you pronounce that. And it stars the main person in it almost on screen almost all the time, I think, apart from some scenes where you see a van trolling down the highways of the US. It's Frances McDormand, yeah, in the lead role. It also features David Strathairn in a supporting role, as well as real-life nomads. So, yeah, nomads in the US, Linda May Swanky and Bob Wells. So they actually play fictionalised versions of themselves. So they are doing lines. So I say there's a very close thing to the documentary feel to this as well, but they are actually given lines, but a bit more on that later on. Film is based on the 2017 non-fiction book Nomadland, so there you go, Surviving America in the 21st Century by Jessica Bruder. So what's it about? Well, after losing everything in the Great Recession, we're talking obviously the latest recession, aren't we? A woman embarks on a journey through the American West, living as a van-dwelling modern-day nomad. Sounds okay to me. Yeah, I watched the trailer. Yeah, I think the trailer sort of tells you what it's about, actually. It wasn't mind-blowing, but it is quite a good reflection of the film. It probably gives you some of the most exciting bits in the trailer, to be honest with you, which doesn't say a lot, but yeah, but I didn't particularly enjoy the trailer, but I would have still watched it after the trailer, but obviously I'm only going to give the trailer a 5 out of 10. I wasn't overly impressed with the trailer for this. I saw about 3 different trailers, so one of them was quoting from Steinbeck. I do enjoy reading, but I'm not a big classic literature fan anyway. And then the other couple were sort of Frances McDormand doing voiceover on various things. So not very exciting. But how's it doing critic-wise? Well, it's doing pretty well. I can tell you that already. Rotten Tomatoes reports a 94% positivity. That's not too bad, is it? Based on 351 critics. So a lot of critics have had to say in this one. And it's got an average rating of, wait for this, 8.8 out of 10. 88, yeah. Two Fat Ladies, 88. If you play bingo or whatever here in the UK, I'm not being rude. 8.8 out of 10 on Rotten Tomatoes, with 331 fresh and just 20 rotten, so not too bad at all. The audience on Rotten Tomatoes, again, they're sorry, I'm dropping everything. They're quite positive as well. 80% positivity on the audience rating. The website's critics consensus reads, a poetic character study on the forgotten and downtrodden. Nomadland beautifully captures the restlessness left in the wake of the Great Recession. So there you go. Metacritic, yeah, we like to have a look at Metacritic, don't we? It's got a weighted average of 93 out of 100. So again, quite impressive based on 49 critics. And that boils down to 48 positive positive and just 1 mixed review. Not bad. And it scores anywhere between 6.7 and 10. And to be honest with you, there's only one guy who scored it 6.7. All the other critics rated it 9 or above, so 9 or 10 out of 10. Nothing gets 10 out of 10, and this certainly doesn't deserve 10 out of 10, but there's plenty of critics give it 10 out of 10. The film stage is David Katz, so he only give it 6.7. As I said, he was on his own there. He was the only one to give it a low score on Metacritic. He said, Nomadland is initially stirring with his imaginative utilisation of a Hollywood star, as Zhao places McDormand sometimes jarringly right in the real world, but it ultimately reverts to homilies, offering a flinty, exciting character, a bland third act, a malty face. I have no idea half of what that is. Is that Steinbeck? I'm not too sure. Yeah, so that was David Katz. So I didn't dislike it particularly at 6.7, but it wasn't over impressed. But as I said, all the rest are 9+. Indie-wise, Eric Cohen, they gave it 9.1. Nomadland, he said, relishes the Nomad's expansive universe, emphasising the contrast between gaining freedom from society while feeling estranged at the same time. Yeah, interesting point. Now, I just had a quick look at Empire magazine, and they gave it 5 stars, and their verdict on this was, it's a Springsteen song in movie form. There you go, beautifully rendered tale of what it means to be disenfranchised in America. Life on the road has never been so tenderly captured, politically alive and profoundly moving. Well, you know, who am I to argue, but I will. Audience, Metacritic audience, 7.7 out of 10. So again, still not bad. 160 reviews and scores have been left on there. Internet Movie Database, here we go. Here's the interesting one. Here's the rub of the green. This has been about for a while now, even though obviously it's quite new to the UK. 39,510 scores and reviews have been left as I'm doing this little vlog, and it's averaging 7.6 out of 10, so it's not going to alter much from that. I mean, it's going to be a fairly solid 7.5 to 8, this film. 7.6 out of 10. And we do the good, the bad and the meh. So here we go. The good, yeah, very humour, horror flick fanatic. So he's a horror flick fanatic. Watch this. I must admit, it's a bit of a change for a horror fan. 21st of March 2021. He wrote, very human, 9 out of 10. This is a very beautiful film about misunderstood people, escaping a past and looking for a freedom from that past and its relationships, discovering and carving out a new present moment with new relationships, all shown through the eyes of Fern, the protagonist. It's a deep movie. The film is very raw in a documentary style with incredible acting performances. It doesn't feel like a movie, instead it feels like you are witnessing another world firsthand. Well, I won't disagree with that. It's more docu than film, unfortunately. Or fortunately, depends on where you want to look at it. And the bad, yeah, NTK Shoots on the 20th of March 2021. He wrote, he only gave it 2 out of 10 and wrote important, but yawn. Yeah, I get this is an important story to tell, but I was bored out of my mind. He says, this thing is so overhyped. It certainly is. I don't know how it's getting the recognition it is. Overall, I see why it was made and what they were trying to accomplish, but the only thing it did for me was give me an ambient break. An ambient break? I have no idea. Because after 40 minutes, I was sleeping like a baby. There you go. And the meh. Okay, and the meh. Undemanding and depressingly lethargic. 5 out of 10, said Teriak Williams on the 20th of March 2021. Chloe Zhao's third feature, Nomadland, is a slow-burning drama about a widowed nomad travelling the American West in the wake of the 2007 financial crisis that decimated her small town. Culled from the 2017 book of the same name, Zhao's adaptation is a sombre affair built entirely on the reflections of a forgotten underclass piecing together what remains of their arduous lives. This elegy to loss is slightly affecting in its exploration of working class peril, but remains an aimless dramatisation of first-hand accounts of a beleaguered lifestyle. In comparison to prior works of the same ilk, Lean on Pete, Leave No Trace or Winter's Bone, Nomadland is a lightweight document that is as undemanding as it is depressingly lethargic. There you go. How can I follow that? Well, I'll try. Yeah, my little thoughts. Yeah, I can clearly side with those negatives and I can clearly side with the positives as well for this film. But after watching it, I did try and concentrate fully on it, and I realised its runtime was about 1 hour and 45 minutes, and it, not the 3 hours it sort of did feel a bit like to me. So not great, obviously. That's not to say I didn't like elements of it, and can just tell that McDormand embraces this role superbly and really got involved in it. You can tell she lived it and breathed it. And that's why it does have that sort of documentary feel to it, which is fair enough. But I have seen a bit more exciting documentaries, to be honest with you. You can't tell the join between the actors and the real life players, so that's all very, very good. But as a film, which is what it is, it's not a documentary, this is a film. This is supposed to be a film on this sort of life. I wanted a little bit more. Sadly, most of the characters are a little bland. And as this is a drama, it's a great shame they're not given more to do in ways of a plot, to be honest with you. It's very, very, very uninspiring, to say the least. I mean, I watch a documentary, I like documentaries, and I watch a documentary to be informed, and this sort of gives us glimpses of the feel or of the real life with these characters. But it is a film, so we expect a little bit more bang, don't we, for our buck, or I certainly do, because this is classed as a film, not a documentary. And McDormand is an actress, and she's playing it as a film. McDormand, as I said, is excellent, very, very believable. And a great credit must go to her. She is the film. This film isn't anything without Frances McDormand, to be honest with you. She's absolutely superb, and all credit to her. I mean, it's a nice film about mostly nice people. There's not many horrible people in it living a different life. And it was quite easy to watch. As I said, it did feel a little bit long. I mean, I've personally myself always had plans to buy a van one day and just go off driving around doing a similar sort of thing. So it was quite interesting. So it's done nothing to knock me away from that. Perhaps I'll try and find more interesting people as I roam around. But no offence, but you know, this is a story. But obviously they're not given the script to act. It's not a reality show. If they're not given the script, then it's not their fault, is it? Perhaps they are more interesting. As a film, the story's disappointed, to be honest. I wanted a bit more. I wanted to know more about the characters. I was just left feeling that there wasn't very much to know about them, and I don't believe that for one moment with these characters. Certainly the real people. I'm certainly sure there's more to them. You get little snippets of stuff, but I'm sure there's far deeper and more interesting stories to be told that were told in this film, unfortunately. It is pretty, it is gritty, but it does lack a little bit of oomph. It makes you smile a couple of times, but not over the top. So, yeah, I'm unlike a lot of the critics, unlike a lot of the viewers there. I mean, I wasn't overly impressed with this. I am going to give it a watchable rating because, as I said, I can't forget Frances McDormand's sort of role in this and how she actually helps this film at least be slightly more interesting than perhaps it would have been without her. But if you don't mind a slow documentary, and obviously about people working, getting jobs as and when, you know, it's a bit like backpacking to me. I mean, it's just obviously a modern day backpacking, isn't it? But obviously backpackers usually have a home to go back to. These guys don't, do they? They live in the vans, or they live rough, they live in tents perhaps even. But you know, obviously it's a sort of another version of a homeless situation. But they try and make amends, they barter, they do things like that. They're a community, and they pick up jobs where they can, which is fair enough. But so as long as you don't mind watching that for 1 hour and 45, as I said, without very little story, for a film there should be more plot to it, in my opinion. So I was a little disappointed with that aspect of it. As a documentary even, I mean, I'm sure the characters talking about themselves and being the real people would have been far more entertaining as well. I can't believe they'd be as bland as they were in this film, but they can only work with what they're given, the script they're given to play. So there you go. So as I said, I'm going to give it a watchable rating purely because of Frances McDormand. But be very, very careful watching this. You may love it like most people seem to, or you may be very, very disappointed. But I'm going to give it my 6 out of 10 rating anyway for the film. The poster, yeah, there's a couple, but there's especially an artwork one there, isn't there? A nice artwork poster. But Most of they're okay. I'd probably give the arty one a 6.5, but there's 3 or 4 posters there, promotion posters. So overall, I'm just going to give the poster a 6 out of 10 as well. So I'm going to draw with the film. There's nothing overly exciting about the poster as there wasn't about the film. So I'll give it 6 out of 10. But at least it was better than the trailer. So as I said, at least I enjoyed the film more than the trailer, which is a good sign. Anyway, let me know if you get to watch this, what you think. And certainly Frances McDormand's role in this, fantastic. Yeah, I mean, all right, probably not Oscar worthy because again she wasn't given as much to do. You know, it's okay, but don't get me wrong, it has been sort of hinted at winning many awards. This, but yeah, it probably deserves to because of what it's talking about, but it certainly doesn't deserve to as far as the story it's giving us as entertainment, as a watch. You know, it's certainly not up there. There's certainly far better things out there. Anyway, thanks for watching. What are you going to do the rest of the day? Have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families. More importantly, let's all look after each other. Till we meet here again on the Film and TV channel, or perhaps have a flit across, have a look at my Citizen Football channel. All I ever ask is please stay safe, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.